Have a story to tell? I believe you. Ghost, cryptids, the unknown. Let's talk about it. This is my GhostCast. Welcome to episode 11 of my GhostCast. I interviewed Joshua Rene. He's a longtime friend. This is one of those episodes where you have your buddy who experienced the most frightening stuff with you. That's what this episode is about. This is one clip of an entire interview. Thank you. Enjoy. Hi, welcome to another episode of my GhostCast. I'm your host, Therese Gonzalez, and I got my mini co-host in Corpus Christi, also known as
Chiquita North Padre.
What happened to all the South? Chiquita North Padre de la gente. Today's guest is a good buddy of mine, like a brother, Joshua Rene. Hey, Josh.
What's up, everybody? Joshua Rene here. What's going on, Therese? Hi, Lydia.
What's up, brother? Cool, man. So let's get a little history about us.
So how did y'all get to know each other? Where did you meet?
Yeah, I met Therese back in 1994. I was 16 years old. My first job ever, it was at Super Kmart, and I was a bagger. And I went and bagged the groceries at his checkout. He was the checkout person. And immediately I kind of saw the way he moved. He shifted his weight certain ways and things like that. I knew he was a martial artist because I'm a lifetime martial artist. And I knew kind of we had that in common. So I knew he'd be a great person to make friends with. I felt a great energy there. That's kind of how I am, since I was a kid. And I felt that energy, and been brothers ever since,
It's true. It's true. It's a funny thing, a quick story on the Kmart store. So yeah, me and Josh met up at Kmart. When I was hired, they're like, "Oh, you're a bagger." I'm like, "Oh, okay. All right. I don't want to do that, but okay." So it was just so much chaos there. Remember how much chaos there was in the beginning?
Yeah.
They're putting people in different areas. So they divided up the checkers versus the baggers, right? And all the checkers were going in one direction and all the baggers were going in the others. They had us in a group at first, and then they said, "Okay, let's go for training. Checkers this way, baggers this way." And I'm with the baggers, and then I'm like, I wonder if I just go this way with the checkers and see what happens. And that is how I became a checker. I was there and I just got all the training. And the woman goes, "Wait a minute, why are you in here?" It's like day 3. She goes, "I sent you as a bagger."
That's awesome. I don't think I ever knew that. That's pretty awesome.
And so she's like, "You're supposed to be over there." And I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, they told me to be here. Not my fault."
And she's like, "Damn it. Well, fine. You'll be, I hope you're smart enough." And I'm like, "Smart enough to outwit you?" And I became a checker because I took it upon myself as normal to go make my own destiny rather than have somebody pinpoint who I should be.
Awesome. I'm glad you did.
And that is why I'm the kind of guy I am. All right.
Well, enough about you. Let's talk about our guest.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Well,
no, she's totally right.
My name is Joshua Rene. I'm a licensed massage therapist, totally legit professional. I'm also a lifetime martial artist, as I said. And also a singer, songwriter, and bass player. We have a band called Ascend the Ashes. Hopefully you guys can hear some of our music soon. Hopefully it'll be coming out. And that's me. I'm just glad to be here on the podcast and want to tell my story. And
Yeah.
actually, our stories, because the bulk of the story we have to tell today are going to be some things that me and Tres actually experienced together.
Yeah.
So
We're special.
definitely some credibility there.
Yeah, for real. You know, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of these experiences you'll have them by yourself. And people are like, that wasn't real, or and you know, you get enough of those, and I know I have, and people are like, you're kind of it's a lonely feeling because you're like, dude, I was there, I saw it. You know, who's you gonna tell me that I didn't see that, or that thing didn't grab me, or I didn't punch that fool in the face? And
Exactly. Mhm.
and then when you have somebody that experiences with you, I'd say that forms a deeper bond, and you're like, dude, you get it, and you
Definitely
get it.
does.
You give yourselves that look that like, oh yeah, yeah, you get that. Yeah, Hodge twins. But yeah.
Heck yeah, brother. Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I've been very real psychically inclined, real sensitive to energies and things, and all throughout my life, I've had definitely strange paranormal things happen, uh, and but I definitely would have to say the craziest stuff happened those couple of times when we were together. But
True.
about the craziest thing happened to me, I can tell you just really quickly. One of the craziest things when I was a kid, I remember our electricity was out. Our parents couldn't pay the bill. Power was out. I remember I had to go use the restroom. Went in the restroom really quickly. It was dark, of course. I went and did my business. I turned and looked at the shower curtain, and the shower curtain violently just moved, like as if somebody had it and just shook it really violently. Scare the shit out of me. The only thing I could do, the only thing near me was a washcloth, and I just grabbed it and threw it out and got out of there, and went and told my folks, and what they said was, that's why you better behave because the devil's gonna get you. Like, shit, the fuck?
Hey, his mom had the devil in her restroom too.
She did, dude. That's a story that they'll see. Hopefully, if I find the file, it all of a sudden disappeared mysteriously.
Today.
I heard that is crazy, and
it's not in the computer and it's not in the cloud.
yeah, like we were saying, it's funny that anytime people do a podcast like this or something like this regarding paranormal things, weird stuff happen with the equipment, with the process, all sorts of stuff. So
It's true.
yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a small break. We'll be right back, and Josh has got a couple of stories that are really going to scare the crap out of you. Man, they scare the crap out of us. I know that for sure. Again, I'm your host, Therese Gonzalez. This is my GhostCast. We'll be right back. We have our guest. Sorry, our guest is Joshua Rene. Conchita Consuelo right next to me. So we'll be right back. Thanks. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Andrea with Cadavid Properties, also known as Realtor in the Loop. I am a local realtor here in Houston, Texas. I usually work in the Loop and surrounding areas, and my niche is first-time home buyers. So if you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking for a trade-up, if it's your first time selling or investment, please reach out to me. I'd love to provide you information and educate you and see what the best options are for you. My number is 281-650-7615.
Hi, welcome back to my GhostCast. I'm your host, Therese Gonzalez. I have my mini co-host while I'm here in Corpus. Her name is
Lydia Cervantes Horta, aka Chiquita North Padre.
De La Gente. I can't help but to say that. It's awesome. Our guest here in Corpus today is Joshua Rene. Brother of mine, long time friend. We have a whole long history together. All right, today he's got a messed up story for you guys. Pay attention. This is gonna be awesome. All right, take us, Josh.
All right, guys. So, and keep in mind before I say anything, this actually did happen. 100% totally true. Basically, everything you kind of see or hear about in a movie pretty much happened to us, except it was real, which you cannot compare a movie to real life. In real life, this stuff, it's just crazy, and it will make you feel the most insanely scared you've ever felt in your life. And so basically, this is back in about 1997, something like that. I was about 19-ish, something like that. Tres here had an ex-girlfriend, and girl I used to be with. Her and her mom had this apartment here in Corpus. Of course, we can't say the apartments, but here in Corpus, this place had given them a lot of problems, a bunch of problems. So much so that her mother had to leave, couldn't stay there. Basically, all sorts of paranormal things were happening to them. They were being attacked. Things moving, things turning on and off, voices, you name it. Just like I said, everything that happens in a movie happened at this apartment. Mother couldn't take it. She took off. Tres would go stay over there with his girlfriend. Crazy things happened to him as well, which I'm sure he's gonna talk about one day as well, his personal experiences alone with her or just by himself in this apartment. But the story that we have today basically comes from ego. Started like that. All this crazy stuff was happening so much, and we're younger, young guys. We basically wanted to challenge ourselves and decided, hey, let's go try to stay at this place one day. Just me and Tres, try to stay the whole night at this place. We considered it part of our martial arts training. We started training with each other back when we first met, and still to this day. So we considered it part of our training, and like, you know what, we are gonna face this. We are going to stay there all night, and we're gonna see what we experience. So suffice it to say, we did not stay the whole night.
Hey, don't give away the end.
No, it's doesn't matter. So guys, so let's start from the beginning. We it was just me and him. We went to this place
during the day.
It started during the day. Things automatically started kind of happening. They kind of were going on and off until something really weird happened. So
the live scene.
Well, first thing I'm gonna go into is that a gentleman from downstairs happened to come up to the
let me help you real quick with it.
Yeah.
So we so at the time, me and Josh were listening to this new band, which now is
that's right. The live thing happened.
It was the live CD. We started listening to the live CD, brand new CD.
Yeah, brand new CD, guys. Brand new CD.
Right? Giving away how age CDs.
Yes, and I loved that band, and we actually wanted to hear the band live and the whole album and everything, and it did not work out. We tried to play this thing. It would start playing, and it started getting real staticky. Started skipping. Then it started doing weird things. It started the sound started warping and
sentences.
Getting really weird. The sounds. All of a sudden, little voices started coming out. Then a really distinct voice, pretty loud, said, "Look at the TV," and the TV turns on. That's when things started getting to that point where things are turning on and off. Voices coming out, lights flickering, all that sort of thing. This is when the gentleman from downstairs, this is when he walked up, because this was upstairs. We were upstairs. This guy walks upstairs, and Tres goes to the door. Of course, he knocks on the door, and this guy's pissed off, and he's telling us to stop the noise. And we're like, what? Like, dude,
The guy comes, because me and Josh are totally freaking out. We're like, what the hell? And all of a sudden you hear bum, 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 bum at the front door. We're like, oh shit, what the hell? What the hell is this? They look up, and I'm like, oh, we didn't answer for a little bit. We were like,
yeah, we're hesitant to answer.
What the hell's gonna grab us? Holy shit. And sure enough, I answer the door, and I'll tell this part, because Josh was like, all right, man. And I went and answered the door, because I was responsible for the apartment. And fucking the guy's just yelling at me. He's like, "You guys need to stop that. I'm gonna report y'all to the police, and I'm gonna report y'all to the office. Y'all are just jumping around, making all these noises, and wrestling, and my wife's trying to sleep, and she's sick." And I'm like, "It wasn't us, sir. We're up here freaking out." I didn't want to tell him, we're freaking out, man. There's some weird shit going on in here, And he's cussing up a storm. Some of his spit is landing on my face, and I'm trying to keep calm. And I'm like, and I'm like, well, we're not doing it. He goes, "You're jumping on the floor." And I'm like, "No, we've been here in the living room the whole time." And he's like, "My wife is sleeping in that back room." And I'm like,
now here's the back room, guys. The back room is the room in this house that supposedly we found out that somebody killed himself or died in this place, and we'll get into that too. But we basically found out that apparently a gentleman killed himself or something in this room, and this is the room that I believe it was her mother's room, and where the most activity would take place, which basically was probably this guy's bedroom, So
one little piece onto that I'll add on to that, Josh, is that this was a 2-bedroom apartment. Okay, it's really old. To give you an idea, a picture of what we're looking at, it's a really old 2-bedroom apartment. Now, everything had window units. It didn't have central air.
Yeah, window unit.
That being said,
that comes into play.
It does. It comes majorly into play. Now, Josh was right that was technically the mother's room, and sorry, my friend, she was
names.
Sorry about that. That other room was hers. Well, her mom did not keep any of her stuff in that back room.
Yeah, I remember.
Just the mattress only.
Yeah, just the mat. I remember. Yeah, just the bed was in there.
They were so creeped out about that room that the mother slept in the living room. They would both sleep together in the living room, but they were like, there was nothing but that bed. They didn't have no sheets on it either. Remember, Josh?
Yeah.
They didn't have no sheets on it. It was just a plain bed with a weird ass stain on the ground. Remember that weird ass big old weird brown reddish stain.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
So it's our story. So we decide one day to stay here. The mother had moved away. His girlfriend at the time went to go visit her mother, I believe, and we decided to stay. He was watching the house, so we're like, fuck it, we're gonna test our manhoods and egos and whatever, and go try to stay. So
because even the moms, they asked me, they're like, please look after the house, at least stay one night there. And I was like, they were gone for 3 weeks, and I'm like,
yeah.
They were gone for 3 weeks, and I'm like, but we just have to technically, I want to keep my word, we just need to stay one night there.
Yeah. So
okay, Josh was not scared, man. Josh was like,
I really wasn't at the beginning. I really wasn't scared. To me, once things started happening, I was more like wanting to see it and experience it and like what is going on. Then things got bad. So this is after the Tres talked to the gentleman and things kind of calmed down. It got a little quiet. Things were happening on and off, like kind of not as much.
And then we left.
Yeah, we had taken off. And
we were
went
waiting
back.
till it was absolutely the latest.
Yeah, yeah.
We were like, all right, dude, when should we go? All right, man, it's almost late. Are we tired enough? And so
Basically, yeah. I remember we took off. We went back. This is basically when we went back. We were chilling. We kind of decided, okay, let's kind of crash out, or let's kind of chill for the night. That's when things started really happening, guys.
Yep.
Noises, taps on the walls, footsteps, shadows moving, all sorts of stuff. But the worst thing, pretty much, other than the visual stuff, which we'll talk about in a second, was we kind of like relaxed for a moment, just a moment, and picture old apartment like Dres was saying. I don't know if y'all remember back like in probably like the 60s, 70s, those old metal wall heaters. They're really tall. They go up against a wall, and it's a big metal wall heater. Now, picture what it would sound like if you stood in front of that metal wall heater and just banged on it with your hand. Hard. I mean hard. So this thing, with the crazy energy it had, which I don't know how.
Don't give it away yet. You're giving it away in the beginning. You gotta put it in last. Put the tip in first. I'll lead it off. So me and Josh.
Yes.
Right? It's like 11 at night, right? Was it about 11?
Something like that, I think.
It was late. It was after 10 for sure, because we were trying to make sure we were absolutely tired, man. And so me and Josh, I drive up. We're in my car. We go park in front of the apartments. Now, just so everybody who's listening gets a visual on this. So these are really old apartments. Almost looks like old military housing in a way, right, Josh?
Yeah, kind of like some sort of housing.
I think they're still white, made out of like concrete or something. And so where we parked was this in front of this huge courtyard. So picture kind of a U shape. So you had two buildings on the side and one on top. Well, we had to go to the one in the back. So think of the U. We had to go walk toward the U. And there's this path that took forever to cross to get. You park and you got like what, about 50 yards to.
Yeah, I remember I had to walk to.
It's a long walk to get to the apartments, man. So it's also later on. It's a long run, right? So we're walking up. There's barely any lights. Everything we touched, right, John? Everything we touched just bled creepiness. We opened the door.
Just walking up to this place.
Walking up the stairs.
Yeah, like
every step creaked.
Yeah, I guess that entity or whatever like heard us coming back in or whatever, and basically got ready for us and got prepared.
Nice way to put that, dude, because it was like, oh, they're coming back. Let me.
Yeah, it gathered its energy for what I was explaining a second ago, which we'll get into. But when we got back in there, again, everything you see in the movies, I noticed
the light was out. Even the light was out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like in between it. At the time, my girlfriend's apartment is on the second floor. It's on the second floor. So we opening the front door. There's no lights. It's dark in the hallway. We're walking upstairs. Every step is creaking.
Yeah, for some reason it was like we're walking to doom, or I don't know.
And we didn't have stuff.
It was like darkness. Darkness was enveloping the place. Like darkness was like, like black. If darkness was a physical thing, it would be like on you. Like I don't know. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like, guys. Like negativity and darkness. Like it was a physical form on you, which it was basically,
I had to use my pager, the light from my pager.
That's how long ago it was.
Back in
I know, right? It was only a short amount of time. The pages were the shit. It was like. All right, so then we get into the apartment. Go ahead, Josh.
We get in there and it's basically the most eerie, dark, negative feelings that you could feel. It definitely felt like like as if someone was in there, like wanting to fight you. Or hit you
Did
or
have
kill you or
aggressive-
something. That's what it just felt like. Like if anybody's been
aggressive
in like a
feel.
physical altercation or something, like and somebody's in your face and like and really wanting to hurt you and or something like that. It felt like that, but there was nothing there, just darkness, and and uh, darkness started moving. Shadows are moving, like when there was no light moving, and all sorts of weird crap. Again, we kind of started like relaxing for a little bit, and when the craziest thing happened, which now I'll get into. Like I said, metal wall heater, real tall, like 6 feet tall, something like that, 5 6 feet tall from the ground up. And again, picture someone standing in front of it, or picture yourself standing in front of it and banging on like a hollow metal sound, really loud. So this entity that was in there, basically to me gathered his energy, which we, after seeing a lot of ghost shows and stuff nowadays, we know that they can use like electromagnetic and magnetic energy supposedly and manifest themselves in different ways, and this thing did. So we heard bam.
Hold on. Well, before we get to that, you're missing something huge. Remember, part of the audience is only listening. So what Josh didn't tell you is that bastard took the couch. That bastard. We went in there. There's no place to sleep other than the couch. Josh takes the couch. I'm like, oh, you bastard.
Oh.
I don't care, man. I'm tired. And he took
I was gonna say that after, but okay.
took the couch.
Yeah. No.
You had to add where we were at because
Yeah, you're right.
and so then I had to lay on the floor.
Yes. So yes, guys. I do admit that I did started getting scared when we were walking up. Like he was saying, that's when I kind of started getting scared, honestly, and because I physically felt this thing on me or around me or whatever physically, which was totally different feeling than the whole lights flickering. You're like, ooh, what is that? Or you want to see what it is or whatever. This was different. This was turned negative, really negative. So yeah, when we're kind of deciding where are we gonna sleep, I'm like, I got the couch.
We're deciding. I was like,
we didn't want to sleep. We didn't want to sleep in either of those bedrooms. We wanted to sleep in the living room. It was the most open. We can see the most. Like it was the safest, I guess. In our minds, the safest. I guess. So I like jumped on the couch. I'm like, nah, man. I'm gonna take the couch. And he lied on the floor. And this is when we barely started relaxing again. Sorry, I forgot this part first, but
we turned off.
This is when we barely started relaxing because we got our spots. I got my couch, and Tres got his place on the floor.
Got the floor. Oh, dude, story of my life. And we turn off the light, right?
Yes.
And so me and Josh are there talking, right? And it's just kind of shooting the shit. We were trying to kind of take our minds off of what the hell was happening, And so what's really neat is Josh is going to give you his perspective because I closed my eyes. The reason I closed my eyes, and this should have given me the hint. See, Josh got the hint outside. I didn't get the hint till we turned off the lights. Because when we turned off the lights, I could not see my hand in front of me. It was so dark in there, like not a normal dark.
Yeah, it wasn't dark
right?
like lights off dark. It was dark like dark matter or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't normal dark.
And I'm like, dude, I can't see my hand in front of my face. And there was two big windows right there in the living room.
Yeah, there was moonlight. There was moonlight, but it was like this darkness was dampening out the moonlight even. It was weird. Like it was just crazy. It was just crazy. And this is where we hear
then you get the silence.
Yes. This is the relaxing, the calm before the storm.
Yep.
The crazy calm before the storm. So guys, metal wall heater. Bang! 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 Something like that.
right in the room
This
with
thing
us.
got slow to fast, loud the whole time. I mean, loud, just like as if someone's standing in front of it and banging on it
With a metal
Which-
pipe.
Yeah, think of a big hollow metal sound, and it's unmistakable, and you can't like. There's no way. There's like no way that sound could have came out of that thing. There's no way without something hitting it. There is no sound coming out of it. Like there's and there was no heat on or like it doesn't.
Yeah,
make
we didn't have the heater on, and well, the most important thing is we didn't even know it came from that water heater.
Ugh.
We didn't know that because we just went in, we laid on the ground.
See, me personally,
laid on the ground.
I felt it there, and I just because I saw the metal water here, I figured it was, so that's why I automatically went to it.
We didn't see that till after we turned on the light.
Well, no, I knew that was there from being in that house.
I didn't. I was like, I've been staying there
Yeah.
too.
Well, the reason why I knew it was there, because my grandmother has the exact same thing in her house, and that's how I remembered it. Because I saw
okay.
I seen it one time, and I just remembered it. Like literally, I knew that's what it was because I banged on my grandma's when really loud. That's the sound. That's the sound. The exact sound. It's unmistakable. There's only one way you can make it. You got to bang on it hard.
Josh is right.
That's what happened.
Josh is right because you start hearing bang, 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 and it is so loud.
Loud to where we're like, what the
dark?
Fuck? Yeah.
Where we were laying, there was a corner we could not see around that corner.
Yeah.
And it happened. As far as I'm concerned, it's happening right next to me.
Pretty much.
And
that's
I'm like,
it felt like it was right there. Yeah, we're just like
paramedics.
I was very scared, guys, and again, I wasn't scared before, but when we were leading into that place, I felt it, and I just knew. Like I said, I've been sensitive to this type of stuff, and when it got negative, I really felt it. I really, really felt it.
Wait a minute. Why didn't y'all just have a light on in the living room, or did y'all purposely want the lights off?
It was already bedtime. We were already chilling.
Turn off to go to sleep.
Yeah, but you were creeped out. You could have fallen asleep with the light on.
It was part of our training. We're trying.
Who can sleep with the light on, man? That's for girls.
Yeah.
If you're gonna die with your eyes closed.
Oh, sir.
And so what wound up happening next, we were scared shitless. I mean, after it banged, we just stood up.
Yeah, it was. We're like petrified for a moment, guys. Like, I mean, like.
And I'm just waiting for something to happen to me. Somebody's gonna attack me, or just eat me right there. And I was like, Josh, turn on the light. At the time, Josh turned on the light that time. I
quickly turned it on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
And dude, we still could not see around that corner with the light on.
Wait a minute, I thought lights were for girls.
No, the main light is for men. The night lights are for girls. And dude, it took us. We walked around really slowly to get on that corner.
Yeah.
We got there to look at the corner, and Josh is just staring, and I'm like walking up there. I guess I gotta be the brave one. I walk up to the water heater, and I just give Josh a look like, I think, and I said it, I think like this, oh, that always does that.
I was like, nah. Yeah, I already knew. Like, I'm telling you, I knew, like, I knew, right? I knew. And basically after that, that's when we took off and went back, right? Or
yeah, that's when we're like, okay, we looked around, we looked in the bathroom, we looked in the kitchen. We did not look in the back room. The door was
we didn't go back there.
And we went back and we laid down again, and I closed my eyes, but Josh kept his eyes open, and
this is what happened, guys. We tried to lay down again. Tres tried to kind of talk me down, and like, Josh, just think of it as part of your training. Just meditate. Just try to go to sleep. We were talking for a little while. We tried. We did
try, man.
Tres kind of started nodding off. Me, I couldn't even close my eyes, guys. I could not close my eyes. There was no way I was going to sleep, and it got dead quiet.
Ugly quiet.
Weird quiet. Where a second ago it was all crazy, it got quiet to where you could hear a mouse fart. You know what I mean? Like quiet.
It was this quiet. Listen, it was this quiet. Like that.
Quiet.
There's no fucking.
Now, this is when the visual thing started happening. Because I did not close my eyes. I couldn't. I was looking around the room. The shadows were moving. I saw black, not only a shadow of a man-like creature move and warp and morph and go up the ceiling, climb along the ceiling, along the walls, go back and forth all around. I saw feet and things underneath the door from that one room, because there was moonlight coming through the bottom of the door, and it looked like as if somebody was walking around in there, like just pacing back and forth, like it was a person. It was so scary, even more scary than the banging on the water heater, pretty much, because I was seeing things. I was seeing darkness turn and morph and change, and I felt it. That's the reason I couldn't go to sleep. I mean, if you're seeing stuff, I mean, you can close your eyes, but I felt it, like it was there. It was like a dark blanket over the whole room.
Yeah. Actually,
it was heavy. Like you can feel like mass. Like I guess dark matter. I don't know, but it felt it, and I couldn't. And I started kind of tell Tres, hey man, like dude, we should go. Like we can't stay here. Like then it got to the point where I was seeing so much stuff, and there's no way I'm gonna go to sleep. And it was so negative, so just horrible. The most demonic, devilish, whatever you want to call it. It was horrible. And I was telling him, hey man, let's try to go. And Tess was kind of like falling asleep, and he said, no, just try to meditate, try to, part of your training, just try. And I'm like, nah, man, for real, dude. And I tell him, there's no way I'm gonna sleep, dude. Like I'm seeing things move, things are moving all over the place. Like we need to go. Let
me just jump in there. What's really neat for the audience to understand is that me and Josh really haven't talked about it in a while, so we're collaborating.
Yeah.
For example, he's giving you his perspective. That's why it's good to jump in here and there and throw my sense in, because you got two different experiences happening in the same event. I didn't know Josh's eyes were open the whole time. I closed mine because I put my hands up and I couldn't see them, so I might as well just have my eyes closed. And it amplifies your hearing. It amplifies your sensitivity. The more senses you shut off. So like Josh said, I was laying there and I really was focusing on my breathing. I got my breathing down to in control. I wasn't scared anymore. I started falling asleep, and my meditation was working. I controlled breathing. And then I hear, dude. Dude, but it was I was like, what the hell does he want, man? I'm trying to go to sleep. And I was like, what, man? I'm trying to go to sleep. Dude, what? And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, holy shit, Josh sounds
that's what I'm like, look.
Yeah.
I'm like, look.
And I'm like, what? And he goes, what? Look, because he had said, what's that? Look. And I'm like, the hell's he talking about? Why does he sound that way? And I'm laying on the ground. Thanks, Josh, for me laying on the ground with my feet facing the direction of that weird room. There's a small hall there, which later up comes up in my other stories, that same hall right there. The same mass figures. All the stuff Josh is telling me is so interesting because it comes to play in a later story. I'll tell you guys that it's one of my nightmares. But so I open my eyes and I look over, you know, I kind of lean over to the side and look toward my feet. And as I'm looking under, I can see light coming from underneath the door, the opening passage underneath most doors.
Yeah.
There's light coming from there, and
Yeah.
all these shadows are moving underneath
Yeah,
there.
that's what I was seeing the whole time. Like people
Oh,
were in
dude,
there.
oh
And
man, I remember it. I can't get
when
the image out
Tres
of
saw
my head.
it, Tres recognized the safety, like a safety concern, and maybe we should
Just left
go. And he's like, Josh, turn on the light. And this time I was like, I'm not moving, man.
I was like, dude, turn on the light. He's like, I can't. I'm like, what the hell do you mean you can't, dude? Turn on the light.
Guys, I could not stop looking at those shadow figures and those things moving. I couldn't stop looking at it. I was just like what the hell?
If you know Josh, especially during that time, Josh wasn't afraid of anything. So for me to, when what he had to say scared the shit out of me even more, because I was like, dude, turn on the light. I'm yelling at him to turn on the light. And he's like, can't. And I said, why? He goes, because I'm scared. And I'm like, I'm scared too. Holy shit. So I pop up and I'm like looking all over the wall for the light switch, to try to find the light switch, man. Holy shit, dude. And to me, I was like, I need to make sure Josh is okay. Get his ass out of here. Anything else you want to add once we turn on the light?
No, basically we turned on the light, we hauled ass out of there, guys. We couldn't get out of there fast enough, honestly. Again, everything that you see or hear about in the movie, except there's no comparison. This is real life, right in your face.
It woke
right
us the hell up, dude. And I'll add the ending to this particular story, because as soon as I opened the door for us to leave, Josh left my ass behind, dude. He was so fast. All his athletic abilities came into play. He ran down there. I had to lock the door. I'm running out these steps that I can't see. Right. But then there's natural light now all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, that was weird.
Steps, dude. We had to run. Remember, I talked about it, guys, audience. I talked about that huge courtyard that we had to run across. And I'm running across this. Josh is already at the car.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember. I was running so fast. I don't even remember the run or any light or anything. All I know is that I was flying.
Gonzalez, dude. He took off so fast. And there I am running, and I get this eerie feeling behind me. This is what took it to another level for me.
Oh.
And I look up upstairs I look up at the window, and I see the blinds move in the room we just left.
Oh.
Look at this. Look, I'm remembering it. And I'm like, ah! We ran to the car. Oh my God.
I didn't even want to look back. I was like, he's like, hey man, look. I'm like, nah.
I'm not looking anymore.
Oh my God.
Now,
I don't even remember the car trip home, dude. I think we.
Yeah, I don't either. I remember us getting at your house, but I don't remember, like you said, I don't remember the car trip there. I remember us at the house and like talking about it a little, but being really scared.
I was staying with you at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, at that apartment.
Oh, you're talking about when we got there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I stayed the night at your house that night.
Okay.
I was living with you at the
right.
time.
So now the last part of this story, was it the next day we went back or with
next day?
Yeah, the next day, we had a friend of ours who had a relative of his that was a psychic medium lady. So we went back to the apartment during the day, of course.
Of course.
So we went back. We had this medium. It was me and Tres and a couple of friends of ours. So we walk up there. We go in the apartment, and right when we go in, it actually feels okay. And the reason why it felt okay is because it was so fucking hot. It was in the middle of the summer. We walk into this place. Remember, there was just wall AC units. There was no central air or anything like that. So right when we walked in there, we started sweating bullets. It was so hot, over 100 degrees, of course, outside. And the inside of the apartment, probably over that. So right when we walk in, I mean, just sweat. So we all go in the apartment. We go to the room. We go in this room and ice cold.
That's true.
Ice cold.
So true.
So cold to where right when I walked in there, I was like, oh, awesome, badass. Shit. And then I was like, ah, fuck. No, it hit me. Impossible. How could the whole house be hot, like over 100 degrees in this one room, be ice cold, like as if you had the central AC set to 60 or something? I mean, ice cold. Then it hit me that whatever entity was there, because I felt someone in my face, like as if someone's wants to fight you, getting in your face, like, come on, like wanting me to leave or wanting to hit me or whatever. And that's when the medium, she did her thing and basically determined that it was a male spirit that that basically he kind of claimed Tres's girlfriend and her mom basically as like his own, and she's like, it's a male spirit and he does not like you, pointing at Tres. You know, like he's target, like that entity targeted him because he was with, you know, his girlfriend. So that's basically pretty much the last part of the story. If you want to add anything else, that's the kind of the sum up. After that, we went back to this apartment a couple of times. We went with some friends, a bunch of friends.
Like 13 guys. We all
And nothing happened. We went in with a bunch of guys. We actually took turn. Yeah, we had like a game where if you lose, you have to stay in the haunted room for like an hour or whatever it was. Nothing happened at all. I even like made out with a girl on that bed and nothing happened. You know what I mean? So like,
oh yeah, it was in there.
So like nothing happened after that. That's pretty much all I remember from that particular story. If you want to add anything else at the end?
No, that's good. That's the first story, guys. We'll be back with the second story. Second story is just as jacked. Thank you for listening to my GhostCast. We got this is your host, Tres Gonzalez, my mini host, Corpus Cost,
Lydia,
Concheto, and our guest, Josh Rene. We'll be right back, guys.
Like, share, subscribe.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Yeah. Now, thanks again, Josh, for setting this up with the interview, and we had a great time with my mini co-host, Lydia, also known as Chiquita North Padre. This episode was fun making. It's scary. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the background. This is technically the second recording of this because the first one came out all jacked up. We'll talk about it in the next couple of episodes. So this is one of many stories from the same interview. All right, guys, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.